Hi there guys, and welcome to another design tutorial from Evenant. This one will be a little quick tip for how to get your grayscale paintings into some sort of color mode where you can continue working on that as a color base, because sometimes just coloring your grayscale can be a bit tricky. So this quick little tip will help you get started with that. So let's get into it. Alright, so here I have this little painting that I did, just a quick speed painting, and I want to start coloring it. So I could go into a new layer and then do something with overlay or color, and then start painting like, let's say I want to have some sort of sunset behind here, like a reddish, yellowish color, and then some blue, grayish colors here. I could basically do a color layer. And by the way, you can get this brush pack at www.evenant.com and go into to the design section where you can search it up and download it. So I could start doing something like this, you know, paint in the actual the colors, but that won't be so clean. So and also you can do this overlay thing where you do the same thing and you color that in, and I mean, you can do this. It's really good when you have maybe characters and environment paintings that you want to spend a lot of time on, but I want to show you something that's much quicker and something to just get some color into your grayscale painting. And what you can do is you can use something that's called a gradient map. And let me show you what that is. It's just easier to show. You go into image, adjustment, and then you hit gradient map right here. So what the hell just happened? Basically what you want to go in here, if I just pick this one, nothing happens. And that's because you have the black here and you have the white here, and whatever colors I pick here will actually map to those levels. So if I start mapping, for example, something here, let's do a reddish thing. So basically the higher up you take this, the more the white areas will be affected, and the lower, the more the dark areas. So we could start adding in for the white here. We wanted to have some yellowish sunset, you know, a bright yellow. Don't do it too much, something like that maybe. And then down here we wanted to have maybe a little bit more blue to get a more atmospheric, a more cinematic look. And you see right now we instantly have some color. So I wanted to add more red here, so maybe we could just pull this up a little bit more, do it a bit brighter, less yellow, and then add in one more and choose red here, something more reddish. A bit more orange. And be careful here, because if you start messing around with the actual levels of the colors, the mapping will be a bit different, because it's mapping to the actual levels in the entire grayscale here. Like if you see, if I do this, the bright values will actually become darker, so keep that in mind. See how this looks if let's do a bit more red here. And then in the yellow we can try. Yeah, not much happens here. Can push these down. Now the yellow becomes more dominant. Maybe something like that. And what happens if I do a bit more green? I think I like this a lot. Completely grayscale works too, but we want some more color in the shadows, because red and blue, they complement each other. So having more red next to blue, it gives that cinematic look. Maybe something like that. And then what you can do is press new here, and it will automatically save it. So next time you do something similar like this, you can just load up the gradient editor, the gradient map up there, and just hit that. And then you press OK, hit OK. And what you could do actually is, like, if let's say I want, this is too much color, you could just go back and duplicate this layer, and then do the same thing. Go into gradient map, pick the one we did. Okay. And then you can, in the opacity here, you can choose how much that actually affects it. So I actually kind of liked it in a lot like that. And voila, basically you have some color now going. So this is before and this is after. And now you can continue working on this as your base. So if I wanted to do some more reflections from the buildings and the mountains and stuff here, I can start painting on this. So let me do a new layer and try out some stuff. So the sun is coming from here and it's kind of backlit. Maybe we could just try adding in a bit more color up here. But in this scene, it's kind of from the back, so I don't want to do it too much. Yeah, actually it looked better without there. And then after that, you can start coloring however you want. So let's say I want some more green, yellowish thing here. I could do that. So I can do a new layer, do an overlay, and pick some. Let's choose about that. Pick some more yellowish green. Maybe a bit more yellow. And start erasing a little bit. Okay, I have a wrong eraser here. Use something more organic for that. This is actually not from the, oops, erasing the wrong layer. It's not in this tutorial really to do this, but you can see how just using this gradient map, you instantly get this some sort of color to your painting. And I mean, it looks pretty good already. So if we do this and compare, instantly you have some light, and you have even some color, and the color it transitions with the lighting, so as it does naturally. Because let's say you just pick a random fire or flame image, and you do this gradient map on it, and you put like more reddish tones toward the darker ones, and more yellow whitish tones towards the white, you will get a very natural look to it through taking it from grayscale to color. So yeah, can we do anything more on this? Let's maybe do a linear dodge here. Maybe some on this one too. If you do it on the layer linear dodge, by the way, and then you do it on the brush as well, you will get sort of every time you brush on, it will get brighter and brighter, and this will help it dodging this layer under here. If you just do the normal, let me show you here. Color pick there, do a dark color, maybe more yellow. If I start doing, whoops, flow is 20 for some reason. If I start doing this and then I continue painting, you see nothing's really happening here. But if I do linear dodge here, it will continue to become brighter and brighter. Actually, that looks pretty cool. But yeah, let's remove that and do something from the beginning. Maybe something like this. Maybe there's like a sun here, right behind here, so we could do some flare here. Same thing, linear dodge. And then maybe a brighter color here, more yellow. Yeah, it's kind of intense, but I don't know. Can decrease this layer a bit. All right, guys, so that's the quick tip that I had for you today. Just try it out with any of your grayscale paintings, and you can continue working on that from the gradient map, so you have some color to work on. All right, see you next time. Bye-bye.